I once promised to protect her no matter what. Even after she betrayed me, I kept that promise. But the night I tracked down the man who hurt her, something inside me snapped. I thought I was saving her. Now I'm not sure which of us needed saving. Welcome to Reddit Toxic Family Telltales channel. New episode every day. When I came back from deployment in Afghanistan, I was expecting one thing: peace. I'd spent months overseas fighting tooth and nail, watching brothers fall beside me, holding onto a single image that kept me alive: Abigail. My girlfriend. My reason to come home. So when I stepped off that plane and didn't see her waiting for me at the arrivals gate, my chest tightened, but I told myself maybe she just got caught up in traffic. I hailed a cab, dragging my duffel behind me, thinking I'd surprise her instead. But the surprise was on me. The moment I opened the apartment door, I heard it, a sound I'll never forget. Soft, muffled sobs coming from the bathroom. I froze. "Abby?" I called out. No answer. Just more crying. When she finally opened the door, she wasn't the woman I'd been dreaming about for months. She stood there pale and trembling, clutching something in her hand. It took me a second to process it: a pregnancy test. 2 pink lines. Positive. My throat went dry. My brain couldn't connect the dots. I'd been gone for months. There was no way. She kept whispering, "Please say something. Just say something." But all I could get out was, "How far along?" She sniffled and whispered, "A month." And that's when everything inside me collapsed. 1 month ago, I'd been in Kabul. Dust everywhere. Gunfire in the distance. I'd watched men die beside me. Every time I thought I couldn't take it anymore, I'd close my eyes and see her. Abigail, smiling, waiting for me, promising a future that made the hell I was living through feel bearable. And all that time, she was with someone else. The image of her with another man hit me like a sledgehammer. My body went numb, then hot. I asked who it was, and she whispered a name I didn't even recognize. I saw red. I screamed so loud the walls shook. "Who the hell is he, Abigail?" She tried to speak, but I couldn't hear her through the rage pounding in my ears. I slammed the bathroom door so hard it cracked down the middle. She screamed. I stormed through the living room, flipped the coffee table, glass exploding across the floor. My fist went through the TV. I didn't even feel the pain until I saw my hands bleeding. I realized if I stayed, I'd only make things worse. Not because I'd ever hurt her, but because I didn't even know what I might do to myself. So I left. When I came back the next morning, the apartment was empty except for a single note left on the broken table. It said she was leaving and that she was scared. That broke me more than the cheating ever could. Because deep down I knew I'd never lay a hand on her. I would have protected her from anything. But if this was what she wanted, distance, freedom, I'd give it to her. I wanted her happy, even if it wasn't with me. I just never thought she'd be gone like that. Abigail had been my anchor. My only family after losing my parents and brother in a car accident years before. She'd picked up the pieces of a broken man and helped me feel human again. We'd been through everything together since high school. I remember when her parents kicked her out after finding out she was bisexual. Said she was possessed. She had nowhere to go. I sold nearly everything I owned to make sure she had a roof over her head. That's why I enlisted, to build a future for us. And now she'd thrown it all away. The next few weeks blurred into a haze of alcohol and regret. I'd wake up on the couch surrounded by bottles, with my hands shaking and my head pounding. My PTSD came roaring back worse than ever. Nightmares. Flashbacks. Panic attacks. I didn't care about anything anymore. Then one night, my old friend Mark, my brother in arms, found me in a dive bar, barely conscious. He didn't lecture me, didn't ask questions. Just threw my arm over his shoulder and took me home. He saved my life. Detox was hell. My body hated me. My mind hated me more. But slowly, day by day, I began to claw my way out of that pit. With Mark's help, I started rebuilding myself. Routine. Exercise. Therapy. It didn't erase the pain, but it gave me something to hold on to. Months later, I thought I was finally getting better. Until I saw her. It was at the mall of all places. I was walking past a shoe store when I caught a glimpse of someone I could never forget. Abigail. She looked nothing like the woman I remembered. Her hair was dull, her eyes hollow, her frame frail. She was standing outside a baby store, holding the hand of a man who looked wrong. Controlling. His grip on her was tight, possessive. He walked ahead of her like she was a burden instead of a partner. Our eyes met for a split second. Hers widened, then softened. There was pain there. A silent plea. Before I could say anything, she looked away. That moment haunted me for days. I couldn't shake the thought that she was in trouble. That maybe she needed me. And as much as I hated myself for it, I still loved her. Then one night, my phone lit up. Her name. My hands trembled as I opened the text. She apologized. Poured her heart out. Said she'd made a terrible mistake. Said the man she'd left me for had turned into a monster. She told me she was scared. That she wanted to leave him but didn't know how. I should have ignored it. I should have walked away. But I couldn't. I told her I forgave her. She asked to meet. A few days later, we sat across from each other in a quiet little cafe. She looked broken, makeup smeared, hands shaking as she cried. "He hurts me," she whispered. I thought I was doing the right thing. I didn't want to force you to raise another man's child, but he's not who I thought he was. I reached across the table and squeezed her hand. I told her she didn't have to be afraid anymore. But when she asked if we could get back together, I shook my head. "I can't. But I'll help you." She nodded, tears falling silently. And I meant what I said. That night I went digging. Social media, mutual friends, anything. The guy's name was Darren. He wasn't exactly hard to find. Gym check-ins. Tagged photos. Posts about his favorite bars. He was a creature of habit. Predictable. One Tuesday night I parked a few blocks from their place. Around 8 p.m. Darren left, same as always, heading to the gym. I followed. My body went into that familiar soldier's mode, alert, focused, calculating. I watched him finish his workout, leave sweaty and tired, and drive straight to a bar. He was drunk by the time he stumbled outside around midnight, slurring and cursing under his breath. That's when I made my move. I followed him into an alley behind the bar. The shadows swallowed us both. Before he could turn, I grabbed him, slammed him into the brick wall, and let every ounce of rage, betrayal, and pain I'd bottled up over the years pour out. When it was over, he wasn't going to be hurting anyone again. I walked away without looking back. Abigail never contacted me again. And I didn't try to reach her either. I told myself I'd done what I had to do, that I'd protected her one last time. Not in the way I once dreamed of, but still, protection. Life went on. The nightmares still came, but I learned to live with them. Mark stayed in my corner. I found new goals, new routines. One afternoon I walked through a park and saw a young couple playing with their child. The laughter, the joy, it hit me right in the chest. For a moment I wondered what could have been. But then I smiled. Because for the first time in years, I felt peace. I'd been to hell and back. Lost everything. But I was still standing. And that was enough. Thanks for watching. Today's train wreck is over, but tomorrow's ride is already on track. Subscribe so you don't miss it.